right, let's do this. You're watching the Chad and Cheese Podcast. I'm your co-host, Joel Cheeseman, joined as always with Chad Sowash, and we are with Rebecca Volpano, VP of Product Marketing at Cielo. Rebecca, welcome to HR's Most Dangerous Podcast.
Thank you. I am honored to be here. It's a pleasure.
Give them a little elevator pitch on you and the company.
Yeah, so Cielo is a global talent acquisition partner. So what that means is we partner with companies across the globe and help them with their TA strategy. So that could mean providing them end-to-end recruitment, so RPO, traditional RPO as we know and love it, or it could mean something hybrid, like an opportunity to help them with one part of their process, or maybe it's a region that they need support in. So we partner with them in a variety of different ways that way. We also do consulting, brand work, tech consulting, TA strategy consulting. And then as of recently, we've also introduced technology products. So we have tech that they could use if services aren't really for them. So a lot of things to a lot of people.
So do you do AI? That's the question. That's what we all want to know. You do
AI.
Okay.
So Cielo AI is our generative AI tool that we've recently launched.
Okay.
And so that's been about a year and a half in the making, launched earlier this year, and have a majority of our clients using components of the tool, whether it's through services that they already have with us or standalone clients on our tech.
So there are so many companies today who are scared, but they know they have to get into AI because they don't want to get behind.
Yes.
It almost feels like an RPO scenario is almost like a cheat code, where you have somebody who is an advisor, who is there. Are you guys working, are you pitching yourselves? Are you working as an advisor to be able to help companies through pretty much process and using some of these new technologies?
Yeah, definitely. So Elaine Orler heads up our consulting practice. And so tech consulting, TA strategy consulting, those are things that her team does really, really well. And they actually operate agnostically within Cielo. So they might recommend, hey, you should actually go out to RFP for a recruitment provider. That doesn't necessarily have to be Cielo. They want to be really true to their consulting practice. And hopefully that's a great entry point for us to show, not only are we experts in consulting and helping you stand this up, but we can also take this over and run with it if you'd like us to.
So, Chad and I have this cutting edge podcast that the kids love, and we talk about all the new fancy technology, but I love talking to the folks on the ground. Give us a sense of where the buyer is today. What are they asking for? Is it still kind of like in the past, or are they as innovative and progressive as maybe we hope they are? Give us a state of the customer.
Please say they're progressive.
I wish I could say it's one or the other, but I still think that we're seeing both. We go into conversations with...
And what divides the two?
I think right now, there's a lot of organizations that are feeling a bit risk averse when it comes to AI. Maybe they want to participate. They are hearing the shift in the market and they know that they have to make some changes, but they're really not sure where to start because of the associated risk. And so for us, that's an opportunity for us to sit down with them and say, hey, we can take all of that on. We can mitigate these things for you. But I would say that there is a healthy group that's kind of in that innovation vein and is really looking to maximize their recruiting process with technology. So seeing both for sure. And again, shameless plug for Cielo. It's an opportunity for us to come in and really meet the client where they're at and give them the technology that's going to help them now with the intention of getting them
more
to
of who's in charge rather than the industry that they're in. So you can't just say, well, if it's industrial, they're definitely not. You may have an industrial company that's very progressive. It's just the people in charge that are willing to embrace it, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, very true.
So education, though, this gives you an opportunity really to educate those leaders, no matter where they're at. What are you doing? Because you are, again, advisors, you're providing recommendations, but what are you doing to help educate the market? Because before we adopt, we have to be educated.
Yeah. So one of the things that we're bringing to market is an AI certification course and an AI assessment. So helping leaders in the business say, hey, am I ready for this change, this transformation, and giving them the blueprint to make that change happen. So, starting with, do you have things like a project charter? How are you going to get your organization on board if they're not looking at AI the way that you're thinking about AI? Do you have your stakeholders in each area of the business? Do you have your legal partner? Do you have your compliance person? How is IT thinking about AI? So we're providing this AI certification and assessment as a tool to help organizations kind of get there themselves.
Is it a person or is it an organization, kind of like broad base? Because you say certification, who gets certified? Does the organization get certified? Do individuals in the organization? How does that work?
We're starting with the leaders within either TA or HR is really the group that we're going after first. But we want it to eventually expand into all areas of the organization, including the practitioners, so that they have an understanding of what it means to be leveraging AI in a compliant and good way for the organization.
Meaningful.
We're seeing more and more companies use data to sort of make decisions on where to go. How do you guys use data to sort of sell ideas or get companies to go in a certain direction?
Data is everything, for sure.
Amen.
Amen. And so we, I think, again, have a really unique vantage point because we have now billions of hiring transactions over the time that Cielo has been an organization. And so we can take that data to our clients and say, here are the areas that we think that you need to enhance your process. Or here's what you're missing. Like, here's the white space because we aren't making the decision. The not making the decision is still a decision.
Are you training the AI on that data though? Because the data is the gold. Everybody's going to have AI, whatever flavor it is, everybody's going to have it.
Yep.
But they don't have your data. And you guys have tons, obviously billions,
Yep.
of pieces of data. Are you starting to train that data or that AI on the data so that you can start to help different industries, different types of positions? I mean, you can go down very into the minutia in this. That's exciting.
Yeah, it's really exciting. And so we do train our AI on a subset of our data, anonymized data. We don't use any of our current client hiring transactions to train our data, but historical anonymized data that we have access to is absolutely a gold mine, to your point. And it's really helping us in our prompt playground and allowing us to tap into those insights.
Dollars and cents counts as data as well, I would think. And you guys, in helping a company build an entire strategy from the promotion side to upskilling to your current database, talk about where companies are saving the most money now, where they maybe weren't so much 10 years ago.
Definitely. I think the biggest areas for us have always been kind of in that like top of funnel and sourcing to screening sort of part of the value chain. The time that we would lose when I think about, 10 years ago, the time you would lose when a requisition was posted to when you would have your first candidate interviewing with a manager, tremendous amounts of time depending on the role. And so now that we're able to essentially find almost everyone online, we're using AI to make sure that the engagement strategy is super strong, that we're capturing the candidate's attention as quickly as we can. And that does turn into dollars and cents because now you're talking about a job is open, we're immediately filling the pipeline, and candidates are on calendar sometimes same day to meet with a member of the team. And so what used to take, a week, maybe longer in some scenarios is now, into the hours and minutes.
That is Rebecca Volpano, VP of Product Marketing at Cielo. Rebecca, for our viewers who want to know more about you or connect with the company, where do you send them?
Yeah, shoot me a message on LinkedIn. I'd be happy to continue this conversation.
Love it. And that is Volpano, like volcano. Chad, that is another one in the can. We out.